Hi. Okay, there it is. Okay. Hi, everyone. I know nobody's in here. I just started the live stream, but if anyone wants to join, go ahead and come in here. The reason I'm doing this is because I have a new start to my channel, which is it's not much of a channel, right? But the reason I'm doing this is because I'm going through a new start. So I implore people, anyone who knows me or who I speak to, who I've been on different panels from different live streams, and they let me come in to speak to them, like on Streamyard. It's called Streamyard or Skype, and we talk about whatever's on our mind and whatever their YouTube channel is all about. And we talk about different subjects about it, and that's okay to talk about. So, in this live stream, in this stream that I wanted to talk about is um, the description, which you could see. So, every, I guess, I know what I put in the description, but like for example, it doesn't. I'm 50, right? You can see my gray hairs, right? And I have gray hairs up here, everywhere. It doesn't matter where you start. It's about you could be a child and start from there, right? But the great thing is go back to common sense, and common sense is such a great thing because we forget common sense through media, through watching TV, through somebody telling us that the wrong is the right. If you understand what that means, that it's wrong to do something, but you still do it because somebody that you look up to maybe tells you it's okay or tells you to do that. Don't do it, right? And then when something is right, they tell you that something is wrong, but it actually is right. I mean, it's crazy. This world is crazy sometimes, where some people, they misconstrue things, and but I guess basically what I'm trying to say is just, um, just try to be a good person. That's it. It's very simple. Be a good person. So, I'm going through changes in my life right now, and and the changes I'm going through is, I'm going back to work. Right. I'm going to start in 2 weeks. I really don't like that. I don't like it only because I know the government is so corrupt by taking taxes from hardworking people. And I understand that it pays streets and sidewalks and government buildings, and that's the biggest problem I have with is government buildings. Is those public servants that they are supposed to serve us, they're corrupt police officers. It's crazy. I don't When I see a cop driving down the street, I always question myself, is that a good cop or a bad cop? Because they're still human, right? They're human in the sense that they understand what's right and what's wrong to another human. Good cops know that they have to abide by the law, right? The good ones do, and they protect people. That's what it is, protect and serve, right? Then there's bad cops and say, what can I get away with? And they do, you know. There's merits. They have badges, just like I used to be a runner. I want a big badge. I want not a badge. I have trophies. I have trophy case. I have a trophy case, right? I wanted more trophies. I wanted more medals. I know the ego that I had to do it. Emmett, oh, Emmett, okay. Well, I okay. Do you want her number? I have it. I talked to her last night. Hey, good for you. Hey, go ahead. You can talk to her. It's cool. I'm not. One thing you okay. I'm glad that Emma came in because I know you're a troll. Um. Uh. She's her girl now. What's her name? What's her first name and her last name? See, you can't tell me. So there's no reason for me to talk to you. See, this is the crazy thing that people live in. This is the crazy thing that people live in. Emmett is a perfect example. He thinks that you know that he can like he can come in here and just say, "Oh, I want to trigger this guy." Right? I don't know you. I know you're not triggering me, dude. I live my own life. Hey, let me ask you something personal. Emmett, do you have a girl? You don't have a girlfriend, do you? You're probably just some stupid little kid living in a basement with your mother. Okay, go ahead. Um, you know what? One thing I have to under this is the great thing. Emmett, I don't know where are you from, Emmett? Oh, Janine. Yeah, she's Janine, that's um yeah, I remember that channel. Um yeah, Janine, that's one thing. Okay, I'll talk about all these different channels that monetize their channels. She was fake, dude. I meant she was fake. She made me a moderator, but she is fake, dude. She monetized her channel. She faked so many people out. She's not psychic. She does her tarot cards. It's all bullshit. And you know what? I want to talk about that because we all cannot predict the future. Okay. All right, Emmett. Okay. If you want to come on my channel, all right. I got it. I got it. I understand. I the thing is, back then, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I was into her, right? In a way that I understood because I have a degree in psychology, right? But we all cannot predict our future. Who does that through cards? Oh, there's the king, and there's they can pick whatever sort of thing they want to. All right, damn it, you're cool. You're cool. Can we squash it? Because, I mean, one thing I learned about flat Earth was that, or the concept of not living on a ball. Because I'm sorry, I'm burping. I had a milkshake earlier. So the one thing I learned about that was that that common sense. I went back to my common sense and I thought, well, I have a degree in psychology, but I can't predict everyone's future. It's bullshit. I mean, go. What I do is I live in the moment. Okay. Now like I have goals, right? Like yesterday, and I'm gonna keep it basic, right? Like yesterday, I walked, right? I went for a walk because I wanted to go for a walk, right? And I did. And as I was going for a walk, I changed and said, do I want to go fast or do I want to go slow? That's the journey of life in a way, in a small way, right? So when you go through a big path, you what are you gonna do? You're gonna say, "Do I need to look at this card to do it?" No, of course not. Janine is fake. Okay, she's fake, and all the followers double O 007 or whatever he calls himself. I forget his name is Tim or Tom. He's fake. All of them are all fake, dude. They monetize their channels, and I got away from flat earthers that I mean, I know, I understand. Roxanne, yeah, I got away from her too. Okay, I'm sorry then. I'm sorry. I'm on the same boat with you. Um, then because Roxanne Glenn, I think it was Roxanne Glenn. Um, I went to the Flattoberfest, and I met Tommy that flat fellow, which I translated the flat Earth pamphlet that he wanted me to translate in Spanish. I met him. I met Nathan, no, not Nathan Oakley. I met, I met the biggest one for me is Karen B, because when I met her, she was a bitch, man. She nowadays the term Karen is her. And I mentioned that I met Karen B in person, and she acted like a crazy. She was crazy, man. Like because I had my camera on like this, and I was filming everyone, and she went right up to my camera and said, "How do you like it if somebody puts the camera on you?" I'm like, "I'm just filming everything," and I put my camera down, and she went right into my face. Right? I've never hit a woman in my life, and I never would. I backed off, you know? And I said, "Oh, okay, I'll turn my camera off." She her and Dave what's his name? Brian Stavely lived together, and they monetized their channel to bring new people into flat earth, knowing that we don't live on a ball. It's all corrupt, man. It's just like scammers that they say, "Oh, the IRS is going to come and arrest you if you don't make these payments," and they call you over the phone, and then you get scared, and so you bring your credit card out, or you say go to the empty whatever, uh, go to wherever and your bank and take out money, and then Western Union me or whatever, and it's a scam, dude. So Emmett, yeah, hey, you know what, Emmett? Um, I'm done with all these scams, man. Yeah, just don't say that Pinky Twinkie's your girl, dude, because it sort of makes me think you're a troll. So anyway, yeah. So yeah, I can still get upset about certain things, or at least speak my mind. It's not that I'm Vix Vix MM2. I don't know who you are, dude. Can you tell me who you are? I'm just speaking out loud because I don't have StreamYard right now. I'm looking into getting StreamYard and getting things going with. You're a fan of? Okay, you're a fan of what? Okay, Vix, tell me. Okay, where of me? Okay, what you know? It's. I'll say this. What? Tell me. Two things about you. Two things. Personal. I mean, like personal things. Like, are you a boy or a girl, man or a woman? What's your age? Simple. You don't have to tell me your name. I can see. I can see you. Okay. Vix MM. Where are you from, bro? Or girl? Okay. Well, I haven't done well, Vix. I'll call you Vix. I haven't done a live stream in a while, but you know, Okay, Vic speaks well. I'll open up my panel someday. And Vix, if you're a sub to my channel, then I'll let the panel open up a little bit and see what's going on. But I've been through this many times. I paid, just so you both know, I did go to the what's called the Flattoberfest, which it's a it's off of October Fest, right? Because there's many carnivals and festivals that go on in October, but they named it Flattober Fest, right? So I went there. It cost me over $2,000 US dollars to go there because I was very adamant about this. I translated a pamphlet that Tommy, that flat fellow, and I used to have his number. I don't care about him anymore because the last time I talked to him, he asked me for money, $150 to go, and I had to travel over to him. And it's a scam, dude. People who ask for money to know that we don't live on a ball or that it's flat. It's bullshit, man. Get away from run. Don't walk. Run. Run away. Use your common sense. Money is the okay, like gangsters, follow the money. If you're a police officer, which I hate a lot of police officers, but if you follow the money, you find out who is scamming who. Because when you monetize your channel and you're a flat earther, you know that we don't live on a ball. And you monetize your channel, it's crazy, man. Why do you need money? It's it's like, okay, my girlfriend is not gonna like it, but I don't I don't go to church. I don't donate to a church. Like, you give money and then they pass around the baskets, right? Or whatever they pass around. And you donate money. Why? Why do you give why do you donate money to what? What are you donating it to? If you believe in God, there's no donation. The donation is already given to you within yourself. That's it. It's that simple. I've given speeches everywhere. I mean, whenever I can. But I'll tell you this, man. You don't have to give a speech. Just speak to somebody kindly. There it is. You can see it. One thing I've learned in my life is I've been wrong many times, but I've been right more than wrong. So, um, and I think I don't know what percentage. I guess I can't put a percentage on it uh, because the term is I can't walk in someone's shoes for a mile. Within that mile, I don't know what they've been through. Listen to that term for a second. Walk. If that person even has shoes, I have shoes. Like, I have like 10 pairs or 8 pair, whatever. I have a lot of shoes, right? But what if I wore somebody else's shoes, even if they fit? The term is I don't know what they've been through. I don't know what they've been through. But if you listen, and I was a counselor for years, and I listened, and I heard a lot of crazy stuff, man. In 2 years, however long it was, I listened to a lot of crazy stuff. sexual abuse, unaliving people, the worst stuff you can hear, pregnancy with an older man, um, stealing money. I mean, it's crazy, man. And I wasn't a cop, so I wasn't, I was trying to help them, so it wasn't like I'm like law enforcement. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm trying to trap you. No, I was like, well, I was trying to say, stop doing that. And I was trying to say, who do you love the most? And once you go down that path of who you love the most, that's where you get to the real stuff, man. What makes people, uh, what makes me grow every day. Who do you love the most? The person I love the most in my life is my mother. Um, I have so many other people that I love personally. So, I, and they support me and they know, I try to explain to different people my path and what I've done in my life. And, I made mistakes, but then they come along in some way. So, the great thing is grow within yourself. I think that's what I put in the description. Or that's the sentiment is um like grow within yourself. No matter what point you're in your life, grow within yourself. That's it. I have a degree in psychology, but I don't like mentioning that, even though I have like 3 or 4 times now. But if you keep your common sense, you will find who is lying to you or who is being truthful. And it's not like win or lose. It's just always focus on what your own journey is. And that is love yourself. Love yourself. I'll say it 3 times. Love yourself. That's it. You don't have to donate money to love yourself. You do not need money don't to donate money to anyone to love yourself. And one thing I've learned in life was that I seek love from someone else, which I do. Everyone does. I love, but don't go to a point like I want the love from I want love from my mother, right? She's a wonderful person. I trust her. I guess that's the other thing. Trust. She gave birth to me, right? And throughout my journey, or throughout my life, not journey, she gave me the journey to have life. I love her. She doesn't know everything, and I try to teach her along the way, but she taught me a lot more. She taught me, you know what the greatest thing she taught me? Be good to people, be kind to people. That's what life is, man. Treat people the way you want to be treated. It's that simple. Live your life that way, or try to. I know, I get angry sometimes because then when I hear something, I'm putting my hands up like this because I want to shut my ears to hear something when people are yelling or being disrespectful to other people. Then it's crazy, man. I don't want to hear it. But then, it's hard not to get involved, but then I don't know. Try to stay out of that chaotic situation because I don't need that anymore in my life. I have a very, very nice woman in my life, Pinky Twinkie. Um, so Emmett, be careful, dude. You don't trigger me. You don't say anything personal about yourself. So, but Vix, hey, whatever you want, it's cool. Okay, big pond. I know you. I know that without love of self, no one will count to self, but more. Wait, hold on. But more love around you, the easier journey it will be. Okay, I'm not sure what quote that is, but that's very true. One big pond. One big pond. I remember that name because um, yeah, that's the journey of life, and you said it very well. Without love of, I'll repeat it again. Without love of self, right? With if you can't love yourself, you can't love somebody else. That's the way I feel. Without love of self, no one will count to self. Yeah, account to self. You won't account if you don't love your own self. You're not. How can you love somebody else? Is the way I see it. But the more love around you, the easier the journey will be because we all need love. You can't be egotistical and say, I can do it on my own. You can't. We all need love. Big Pond, yeah, dude, you mod me with David Banner. We all lots them again. Haha. Wait, I don't understand what you said. One Big Pond. Uh, yeah, dude, you mod me. Um, hold on. Oh, David. Okay. I don't really want to talk about David Banner because that's not his real name. Yeah, David Banner. Let's see. I'll talk about him for a little bit. Um, I know he's 53. He said he's 53. He's from Texas, or I'm sorry, Texas. Um, let's see. I know he smokes weed. He was going through some sort of chemo thing, and he unmodded me, and it's fine. I moved on from my life from that point because that channel. What does he have? Like 750. Let's see. I have a pretty good memory. 752 subs. I unsubbed this channel, so anybody knows. I have a different journey in my life. I'm never gonna go to Essex. I don't care. Uh, my journey is within myself. So that's it. Now, if you guys want to talk about flat Earth, well, I'll talk about flat Earth. Flat Earth. Stop saying flat Earth. So, because there are hills and valleys. If you're going to become an activist, which I have in the past, in at the workplace, when I was working, and I'll say I was working at Amazon, and and it's a great, it was a great, nice, clean place because we cleaned it, right? And when it was in the break room and we were all chilled out and resting, getting food or whatever, coffee or whatever drink we wanted, water or whatever, um, we occasionally I would talk to people, and I would bring up, uh, or somebody would bring up a subject like vaccines, right? And at that time it was COVID time, right? Or whatever the government says. And I'll put my hands like this, like I don't believe in the government, right? So when I heard them saying that, I was like, and we were all wearing masks because we wanted to get paid, right? That's it. We wanted to get paid. So we were all complying and saying, staying 6 feet apart and all that. But we went to the break room and we started talking about it. I was like, do you know what the ingredients are in that vaccine? Nobody knew. At least they didn't investigate, right? I did. You know what I found out? Aborted babies' blood. Can you believe that? Mercury, small doses, little dots. Crazy, man. Why would you inject yourself or somebody inject you? They're they're vaccines. I know I'm going off on a tangent now, but vaccines are governed by the government. The government, right? So they regulate doctors to do this kind of thing. Anyway, I think we're like I don't. The last time I'll end that vaccine subject with I haven't taken a vaccine since I was like 16. I'm 50. So let me read the comments here. Now I got my thought out. Without load, yeah. Um, oh yeah, no, it wasn't David Banner. One big pot, sorry, and I know David. Yeah, you know David. Okay, okay, all right, good. Yeah, we all see the lies. One big pond says we all see the lies. Are many beautiful people that in the chat there. Okay, well, if he wants to make me a mod again, it's fine. But I'm not. To be honest with you, I'm getting away from flat Earth. I already know the Earth is not a ball. That's all I'm going to say. But I'm not going to. I'm not. Okay, let me finish what you're saying. One big pond. I've asked those that say that their research. So what helped the decision to get silent? Is that what you're saying? Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, yeah, it's a game for so many. See, the thing is, one big pond. First of all, where are you from, Big Pond? If you don't mind me asking, I don't judge people. I'm here in America. I'm by Chicago. I'm 50 years old, and I have a very nice character that I try to portray. Okay, you're Australian. Um, Great, thank you, sir. Um, the great thing about for me, I'll say it this way: one big pound is the great thing about the way I think is that it doesn't matter where you're from. It's about how you or I'll talk about myself, how I comport myself to other people because I want to make sure that I'm nice. It's nice, not bullshit nice, but I'm nice to people. And the term is I want to treat people the way I want to be treated, right? So I don't come across like an angry man, right? Unless something happens, which I haven't gone through that kind of thing in a long time, right? Um, Wait, hold on. Thought we were friends on. Wait, I can't see that for some reason on FB. And I can't see that. Okay, I'll make you a moderator. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to make you a moderator. So just, okay, hold on. I just want to, because it sounds like we're having a good conversation. So it's cool. You can be a mod. And I can't see that on FB Tony McKinley. Tony McKinley. Okay. I don't know. I don't know about that. I haven't been a mod in many channels. So being a mod isn't important to me. I'm making my own live stream. So it's all good. Um if someone asks me to be a mod, I'm gonna ask them questions. Right. Um just like if someone asks me to work for them, I'm gonna ask questions. Right. Oh, you're welcome. So you're a mod. Um, the great, okay, one big pond. Um, I want to ask you a question. Um, how have you talked about flat Earth or that we don't live on a ball to anyone in your personal life? Because I have, and it's crazy, man. For me, it's crazy, or it got crazy because they don't care. And for me, I did care, and I was like, water always finds its level. How do you not discern from water bending, right? Yeah. So anyway, um, going through that, that's why I went. Um, I think it was around 2016. I mean, when I was in school, I questioned the teacher about different things. One of them was how did Christopher Columbus discover America? The other one was, um, I'm sorry. Let me listen to what you're typing. I go out of my way to call those fools who believe in my everyday travels. Okay. Okay. People I know I'm serious by my laugh and stare. Okay. All right. So you kind of have your own way of doing it, which is cool because the cool thing is I can speak here all day long, right? Which I won't because I eventually will get tired. But your physical demeanor and your eyes are important, right? To make eye contact to people and see how they react to whatever they're saying. So that's good. Like you could tell when people are being honest or they're trying to create some sort of a scam or protect themselves to whatever lie they don't want to learn about that they've been taught in school or in the news, right? One thing I've learned um, at times, or now I know now very well, is when I was a kid and they put commercials on, they still put commercials on, right? They would say, "We'll be back to your regularly scheduled program." Program. They're programming your mind. So stop watching. I'll say it again. I've said it many times. Stop watching the news. I can talk about so many different subjects over the years because I've experienced so many different things, like voting, politics. Yeah. Okay. I understand that. Okay, so I guess one big pond you have a little. I okay, I understand. I think I understand it. Yeah, I have a little bit of sarcasm in me. I think that's where you're coming from. That's just the feel I get. If I'm wrong, it's okay. But uh, yeah. One thing I've learned is to because one thing I've done. Let's see, I'm starting to think about some of these situations I've been through. One thing I've done is I once I speak a little bit, I sit back and listen, and that's the best way to learn how somebody else is and what where they're coming from. And then if I give an example of something I went through, then they're like, "Oh yeah." Um, Either they personally give it or say something uh, personal about themselves, or they could say, "Oh yeah, I knew somebody that went through that," and that's one way to make a connection with someone and say, "Okay, yeah, I understand that. That's great." And then if then you pretty much go about your day or night or whatever from afternoon. So that's just the way I think about it. So anyway, Um, I think I'm going to end the live stream, but one big pond, what time is that around there where you live, sir? Because I think you're 17 hours difference. So you're pretty much on Sunday now. Just a question. Okay. Well, one big pond. I like that name. I'll say that out loud. One big pond. Now I'm not sure why you said that or why you made that your term. I'm trying to figure it out, but one big pond, which to me it's there's a lot of water out there. There's more water out there than there is land, as supposed to the way the geometric system is made to believe that we live on a ball. But wherever I go, there's a lot of water. Without water, trees wouldn't grow. Without water, flowers would grow. Without water, grass wouldn't grow. Without water, wouldn't exist to make it dry and then build buildings. And I mean, you know, water is the most important ingredient. And I'm not even a scientist. I'm just saying water is the best thing for the living to make everything living around here. 14:30 Saturday. Okay. Uh okay. You're in 24. Okay, so that's July 27th, which is okay, so you're about a day ahead of me. It's cool. Okay, one consciousness of living. Okay, let me read this. Hold on. One consciousness of living come to mind first, but love knowing the obvious plane on not a ball. So a big pond made sense. Thank you, sir. Yes, me too. Yeah. See that's another great thing. I am very sure there's more fish and sea what whales and so many fish in the sea in the oceans than there are land animals. So water is like the biggest thing. So for me to be a land animal or a land human being is just amazing. So at least for me. But yeah, Yes, first. One, I'm going to read that again. So anybody who wants to read this or see the chat, I made sure that the chat is live. If anyone wants to read the chat, one big pond says one consciousness of living come to mind first. Well, I'm assuming you said first, but it says one consciousness of living come to fist, but love knowing the obvious plane, not a ball. So a big pond made sense. Thank you, sir. Yes, first, right. You corrected yourself at the end. Right. Yeah. It takes time to get out of that indoctrination, right? The school system, throws this ball on in front of you, and you want to make your parents proud to learn about to get an excellent grade, right? So you pass the test and you say yes, 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 and you say check, check, and write down whatever the teacher says to read the book, whatever they say they teach you. It's hard to get out of that, right? I did, and it was painful. I cried. I was like, I can't believe I was lied to about all this stuff. Yes, a larger, more hidden world seems true from the 70s, of which I was born, premiered. Okay. Yeah, I was born in the 70s myself. So um, um, I think, you know, I can talk about this for days, but, and I'll say a few, I'll continue with um, Freemasonry and the hush hush things that happen in the Freemasonry and the Brotherhood, Illuminati, and how it grows up. The triangle. If you look at the U.S. dollar, I don't have a U.S. dollar with me right now. If you look at the U.S. dollar, they have a pyramid with the all-seeing eye, and you can see how satanic they are, and how the currency in the government system, how the pyramid, the lower you are in the pyramid, that those are the workers. The higher you are in the pyramid, you are the elite, right? And then there's the all-seeing eye, right? You can go left or right, and then there's the tongue, right? And a lot of people that are indoctrinated, or that they become a membership into that cult, they abide by those rules, or they will sacrifice kids, themselves, and all that. This is a crazy satanic world that we live in. When you go to work, you pay taxes to who? To the second pyramid, to the second level. Then they travel it on to the higher level, higher level, and then who is it? It's the all-seeing eye, right? Or whatever. Look at the dollar, the U.S. dollar that was created in 1776. That was, I mean, it's crazy, man. Yes, the world is enslaved, 100%. The truthers know. The people who see past the lies realize it, and we can see it. That's why you have to protect your children, man. Children are the biggest ones. They get, human slavery, human trafficking. It's crazy, and it's so satanic out there. And I'm not even religious, right? I'm not. I'm spiritual in the sense that I keep within myself, and I believe in good people and all that. But people, it's I don't even. Okay, see, it's hard to understand it, right? But the crazy thing is you don't want to understand it, so don't understand it. Stay away from it. But if you can in some way try to protect someone, do it. Uh, okay, the world is set up to be enslaved 100%. Girls used for their looks, boys for their strength, right? Yeah, yeah. One thing I've learned, or not learned, but in my personal life, but one thing I've seen is that like drugs have a lot to do with it. So drugs, um, they alter someone's mind and they put them asleep or drug them with heroin or cocaine. I don't even know. I've never taken any of those drugs. Um, and they I guess it comes from a movie, but I know Holly movies are actually true, like Hollywood, right? So in some way, because they make billions of dollars, uh, but not being funny, women are enslaved, even boys. Boys are enslaved because there's gay people or older men that like boys, and so pedophilia is out there, and it's crazy, man. Human trafficking is crazy. It's disgusting. I guess one thing I have to say about that is also, or continue with that is, you can meet the nicest person in the world, but then, I've watched videos about this, and they go to court, and the kid accuses someone of raping them or touching them the wrong way, and they go to court, and then um, um, the lie detector test discovers that the kid was telling the truth, and it's crazy, man. It's Yeah. What's that guy's name? It was shoot. He was actually in the same state of the state that I live in, which is Illinois. John Wayne Gacy. John Wayne Gacy, dressed as a clown. He lived in, or not lived, but he lived in the town in Illinois, which was, or it is called Des Plaines, and he dressed as a clown in a carnival, and he would entice kids or young, I don't know, teenagers, boys, and he would give them weed and look it up, John. One Big Pond, look it up, John Wayne Gacy. Now that is he got sentenced to death, and he would rape kids, kill them, and bury them under his house. The most disgusting thing you can imagine. So there's pedophiles out there, not that blatant. So be careful, man. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream, Big Pond. Thank you, Emmett. I don't know who you are, but you seemed okay at the end. Yeah, Janine. Yeah, I unsubbed their channel. I don't sub channels anymore that monetize their channels about flat Earth or about thinking that you can think that you live in the future through tarot cards. Uh, you Tarot cards are just cards. That's it. If you want to picture, if you look at a picture, I can look at myself, and that's my. It's not a picture. That's me, right? But if you can look at a card and say that's where I'm going to go in the future. No, I say stay within the moment. Okay, Big Pond says most damage done to children are through those acting under the power of the law. Right, right. Well, think about children and, parents. Okay, I'll talk about this for a little bit more. Um, there are parents that have sexually abused their kids. It happens, right? Especially step parents that don't actually have given birth to that or have been a father to that child. So they don't think of that child as their own child. Like they went through the process of making or having sex or making love to that woman. I'm speaking obviously to a male, as a like I'm a male, right? But if a male makes love to a female that was not, um, they weren't married. It doesn't matter about marriage, but if they walk into or become into a relationship with that they didn't have that they're like, let's say they got married and they're a stepfather, right? If a stepfather comes into a relationship, they don't picture that kid like it's their own kid, right? So they don't have that mentality to protect that kid. If they're, I'll say it, if their dick gets hard, they want to abuse that kid because it's not their kid. They don't have that caring thing about them to protect their kid. It's not their kid to them. The ones that are abusive, sexually abusive. Now, you know, so I that's the way I think about it. So it actually makes me very angry about that because I can't. I mean, I can post videos and stuff about that, but it's not right, man. Creating monsters by the monsters created, right? Big pond. Exactly. Yeah. It's a constant process, or what is it called? Pattern. It's a constant pattern that happens. When you're abused as a kid, or when somebody is abused as a kid, they start doing it to somebody else because as a kid you don't know anything, but you feel that thing, and then it feels good, right? But then you think that it's right to, if the pattern is, if it feels good to somebody else, then it's good, and then once you become an adult, then it's the pattern, right? Oh gosh, it's hard to think about that, but it happens, man, every day. So anyway, yeah, breaking the pattern is hard, man. Breaking the pattern is crazy. Um, most people can't do it. Most people can't do it, and you know, I'll explain it this way. When something feels good, you like it, right? Just like eating ice cream, or like eating candy, or whatever you like. I'm just describing things that are sweet, right? That I like sweet things, but um, and when it feels bad, it feels bad, right? But when it feels good, you want it more. That's a common pattern that happens, or that you want, right? Um, So yeah, but kids or young adults or whatever. Sorry, I'm getting sleepy. I'm getting sleepy now. Don't I go? Um, yeah, but kids, when they're young, they don't know anything. So you teach them, or you try to teach them what's right and wrong. Um, and um, that's it. You teach they, you teach them wrong. And you say this is what you're supposed to do, and they do it. You're teaching them wrong. You don't teach the kids to steal. You don't teach kids to hurt somebody else, to hurt another kid. When they're playing, when they're you know, or I'm just remembering my niece when she's playing, and I was like, okay, just be good. She's trying to kill ants, right? And it's a small version, but she's trying to like stomp on ants. I'm like, well, no, they didn't do anything to you, so why are you hurting them, right? So it starts small that way. Um, start small that way, and teaching kids to learn that you know to grow plants. I guess that's the best way, because to me, water grows plants. Plants don't speak to you; they speak to you by their growth, right? Trees speak by water growing through the plants. So plants, they have that interaction, right? Uh, with each other, and then we all have an interaction. Like I've been walking um, for the last month and a half, constantly, almost every day, right? And it's fun to go out there and see the sun, and sometimes the moon, and see all the trees and the flowers growing, and it's fun, man. Just enjoy nature. So enjoy it. Like I'm enjoying nature. So it's great. So anyway, one big pond. I'm tired, man. I have to go. I've been on for quite some time. 1 hour and 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Our bodies are a battery, alkaline, and share it with the earth. Right. We all have nerves, right? Alkaline, right? We all have nerves. So that's what I. We all know it. I can burn myself. I've burned myself many times, and um, you know, and we can feel the pain from any kind of um, you know. There's nerves. Animals have nerves, so they can feel pain. Um, Nerves are important, like alkaline, right? Exactly, and there's so much electricity in the air, just like thunder, right? Thunderstorm, right? Water is a platform for electricity to flow down into Earth. It's charged, right? Exactly. One big pond, brother. Thank you. You're a mod. So yeah, yeah, I'm gonna get some sleep, brother. Yeah, we're in different time zones, but I'm glad we have a connection. You're a mod, so it's cool. Thank you for joining, and I hope other people get to listen to this. And obviously, if you have a channel, go ahead and you can post it on here, and I'll be glad to join your channel, and we can. Someday, I'm gonna make a Streamyard or a panel where people can come in and talk about their experiences, about whatever their life, about that's it, about their life or experiences. And I'll see if I can be the host, and um, we can share different things. So anyway, all right, take care, brother. I'm out.